to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
It started with a silence that felt heavier than any word could carry. For weeks, people wondered where Teyana Taylor had gone. No interviews, no statements, no subtle shade on social media. Nothing. Just pure, deliberate quiet. And when someone like Teyana goes quiet, the world starts whispering. Because silence, especially from someone known for being strong, outspoken, and unfiltered, usually means something serious is brewing behind closed doors. Rumors had been swirling for months. The custody battle, the tension with Iman, the whispers about Aaron Pierre stepping into her kids' lives. But this latest revelation was something no one expected. Aaron, the British actor who'd been romantically linked to Teyana after her split from Iman, had just filed for stepfather rights, a legal move that sent shockwaves through fans, the media, and most of all, Teyana's inner circle. It wasn't just a paper filed in court. It was a declaration loud and public. Aaron wanted to be seen as more than just the boyfriend. He wanted a permanent role in Teyana's children's lives. And when that hit the headlines, everything exploded. People started digging. Blogs lit up. Fans were torn. Some called it bold and romantic, a man willing to fight for the woman and kids he loves. But others? They called it manipulation. They said Aaron was overstepping, trying to replace Iman, trying to stake a claim where he didn't belong. And for Teyana, who had worked so hard to protect her kids from chaos, the timing couldn't have been worse. Because while she was trying to rebuild her life quietly, the court drama had just gone public. Again. Behind the scenes, insiders said Teyana was furious. Not just because of the legal move itself, but because she hadn't even known Aaron was going to do it. According to one close source, she found out the same way everyone else did, online. Imagine that. You wake up, scroll your phone, and suddenly realize the man you've been trying to build peace with just made your private life a headline again. That was the moment, people say, when everything changed. Teyana had been trying to maintain her peace. She'd been focused on healing, working on music again, and rebuilding her connection with her daughters after months of tension. But Aaron's decision shattered that peace. Because this wasn't just about love anymore. This was legal. It involved the kids. It involved her ex-husband. And in a situation already tangled with emotion and mistrust, it became a storm no one could control. Iman's reaction came fast, faster than anyone expected. Within 48 hours, his lawyer filed an objection. They argued that Aaron had no legal standing and that the move was inappropriate, invasive, and deeply disrespectful to the father-child relationship. And Iman himself, usually calm and collected in public, was reportedly livid behind closed doors. "He's trying to take my place," one insider quoted Iman as saying, "and Teyana's letting him." That line spread online like wildfire. Because for fans who had watched Teyana and Iman's story from day one, their love, their wedding, their family, their reality show, the idea that another man was now trying to become a father figure to their kids felt unthinkable. But here's the part that shocked everyone most. Teyana didn't deny it. She didn't jump online to defend Aaron. She didn't clear up the story. For days, she said absolutely nothing. Not even a repost. Not a cryptic quote. Not a clapback. Until now. When Teyana finally broke her silence, it wasn't in the way people expected. No big statement. No teary video, no drama-filled live stream. Instead, she sat down for a quiet, raw interview. The lighting was simple, her tone calm, but her words cut deep. "I didn't ask for any of this," she said. "I've been trying to protect my peace, protect my babies, and somehow, the people around me keep turning that peace into a circus." Her eyes welled up, and for the first time, fans saw exhaustion on her face. Not anger, not attitude, just pure fatigue. She went on to explain that she had no prior knowledge of Aaron's legal filing. "I was just as shocked as everybody else. she admitted. And it broke me a little bit, because it made me realize sometimes love can move faster than logic. That line hit everyone, because it sounded like a woman who'd finally seen something clearly. Behind the scenes, insiders said Teyana and Aaron's relationship was already under strain. The long-distance calls, the rumors, the pressure from fans comparing him to Iman, it had taken a toll. And when Aaron made that legal move without her consent, it felt like a betrayal. Not necessarily out of malice, but out of desperation, like he wanted to prove something, to show he was serious, even if it meant crossing a line. And for Teyana, that was too far. Reports say she told Aaron she needed space, that things were moving too fast, and that she needed to focus on her children, not another court headline. But Aaron didn't take it well. He felt misunderstood, maybe even cornered. Some people close to him said he truly thought he was doing the right thing, trying to give the kids stability. But others believed it was about control, about making sure Iman couldn't erase him from the picture. And here's where it gets even messier. Iman's lawyer reportedly began pushing for a full custody review, arguing that Teyana's environment was becoming unstable. Too many men around the children, too much public drama. Those words cut deep. Because for a woman who had always prided herself on being a mother first, it felt like an attack on her entire identity. That night, insiders say Teyana broke down. Not in front of cameras, not on social media, but quietly, in her home, surrounded by her closest friends. She said she felt like everyone was trying to control her life. Iman, Aaron, the media, even her fans. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone thought they knew what was best. And that's when she decided to speak her truth. In that same interview, she said something that changed the tone of the entire situation. "I don't need another father for my kids. They already have one. What I need is peace. And I'll fight for that harder than anything else." That statement drew applause from fans everywhere. It reminded people why they fell in love with Teyana in the first place. Her strength, her honesty, her refusal to let chaos define her. But even then, the story didn't calm down, because Aaron wasn't backing off. Just days after her interview aired, court documents surfaced showing that Aaron's legal team had not withdrawn the petition. He was still pursuing stepfather rights, and that meant one thing: the battle was far from over. The backlash hit hard. Social media turned into a war zone. Some fans sided with Teyana, saying she deserved peace and privacy. Others defended Aaron, calling him a real man for stepping up. And then there were those who dragged Iman, accusing him of trying to control Teyana even after their separation. Everyone had a theory, but no one had the full story, until new details started leaking from inside the court. According to an anonymous source close to the case, the judge had ordered an evaluation of the children's well-being after concerns were raised about the media exposure and emotional distress caused by public disputes. That meant psychologists, home visits, interviews, everything. It wasn't just about custody anymore. It was about the kids' mental health. And that was the final straw for Teyana. She reportedly called Aaron late one night and told him bluntly, "You need to fix what you started. My babies are not your chess pieces." Those words, according to people close to the situation, hit him like a punch. Because for all his confidence, for all his good intentions, Aaron realized in that moment, he had crossed a line he couldn't uncross. He tried to reach out publicly, posting a now-deleted statement saying, "My intentions were never to cause harm. I just wanted to protect what I love." But by then, it was too late. Fans weren't buying it. The court wasn't moved. And Teyana? She was done. In the following weeks, she was seen without him. No sightings, no posts, no mentions. Just her and her daughters, focusing on healing. But here's where the twist comes in, one that no one saw coming. Rumors began circulating that Aaron wasn't just acting alone, that someone from his camp had encouraged the move. Some believe it was an industry advisor, someone who thought legal involvement would make him look more committed and responsible. Others whispered it was about publicity, that the timing lined up suspiciously with Aaron's upcoming film release. If that's true, then all the filings, fights, and headlines weren't about love. They were about strategy. For Teyana, who values loyalty above everything, that truth cut deep. When asked about love, she said softly, "Love don't scare me, but people who play with it do." Those words said it all. This was never just about fame or ego. It was about peace, motherhood, and reclaiming control. Now, Teyana's silence is gone, her voice stronger than ever. She's not a victim, she's a survivor. And as for Aaron, his next move will decide everything, and because the world is watching.